Good evening. Today I'm very happy to welcome actress Ewelina Niedzwiedz. I hope I pronounce it correct in Polish. She is an actress born and model, born in Polish and now based in the UK. How are you, Ewelina? Everything is fine?
I'm very well. Thank you very much for asking. And you almost get this well. So it's basically Ewelina Niedzwiedz Szelita. But it was almost good. Almost good.
Very good. Evelina, I know you are from Poland. Can you tell me a little bit about your interest into the art? How did it start, and what is so special about the place you were born in Poland?
So yes, I'm originally coming from Poland. I'm coming from quite large city, which is called Białystok. It's near the capital, near Warsaw, around 3 hours ride by car. Um, it's a quite nice environment, I think, especially now for artists who wants to go into the acting. But when I was young and when I started thinking about acting, there was no much to do. So for every single kind of work or experience, I always have to travel to Warsaw. But following your question, what was my sort of inspiration to going to the into the art world? I think sort of when I was a child, I was always sort of somewhere in some way artistic, but maybe that was a little bit hidden because whenever my parents weren't at home, my sister, I was always, grabbing this bottle and pretending this is my microphone, or I was like, pretending that I'm doing like a scene with my Barbie dolls and things like that. Later on, obviously, when I started growing up, I was around age, I would say 13, 14, and I kind of start going into the photo modeling, and that was kind of my first stop with going into the world of cameras. And I think big influence for that also I have because my dad is a photographer, and since we were children, he was always taking lots of pictures of us. So I'm always laughing until today that's literally your fault that I fall in love with the eye of the camera, and camera sort of fall in love with me. So that was like this kind of first step. And then later, obviously, because I'm not too tall person, and also I'm not the skinny runaway type, I thought, I'm probably not gonna make a lot in this world. So what I can sort of do was connected to that. And I was like thinking and also talking a lot to my family, to my friends, and I think here the quite large inspiration for me was also my grandma, my dad's mom, because when she was um, younger, when she was teaching art at school, in some way she was also like director for the kid theater, for the puppet theater. Also, in her life, she write quite few stories which were public, so she was quite arty as well. So that was this another push. And I think sort of the biggest push, and I'm always laughing about that. That was this TV series which comes like on the beginning of year 2000. That was Desperate Housewife, and I totally fell in love with the whole cast. My favorite character was Gabrielle Solis. When I saw this woman, how she's changing on the screen, how she's building this character, I was like, oh my God, this must be such a cool job. And I kind of started investigating for a few months. And then I just basically went to my parents and I said, okay, now I know what I'm going to do after high school. I'm going to the acting school. And they just look at me and say, you really going to acting school? You're such a shy person. And I was like, yeah, I know, but I think I changed. Yes, and I'm going to acting school now. So yeah, that was kind of my start.
Do you remember your first professional work after studying?
Yes. So basically, when I went on my university, there is a rule in all of the acting schools that on a first year you can't really get involved in any productions. But I was very proactive already that time, so I kind of start looking for the auditions for casting. I signed myself for this like portal for the extras, and I got some offers. Obviously, I went first to the director of the school and I said, like, I get this. Can I just go and try? Please, I know I'm not supposed to, but can I do it? And she said, okay, I'm giving you a green pass, but you have to promise that you'll be keeping up with school and you're gonna have good notes, good grades. So I said yes, fine. So my very first time on the set, that was when I was playing supportive part in uh, but supportive, I would say support. They call this supportive artist, but from the perspective of time, I would say that was more extra rather than supportive artist. That was the TV series 39 and a half, produced by one of the biggest television in Poland, TVN. So I was playing journalist. So I was like in the background and I was so excited. I remember that early morning when I arrived there, when they pick us up, when they take us to the studio, because we were actually shooting in a real television studio, when normally on a daily basis they have a Good Morning Poland show. So we were shooting there, and I remember they take us by lift to that place for makeup. We saw all of those people, the presenter, the actors, and I was like, and I was like, oh my God, I really know I'm in a right place now. This is my place. This is what I want to be.
And I want to ask you about your start. I've seen in your early career you did numerous short films, you know,
Hmm.
and as well, I think parallelly you were doing modeling as well, correct?
Yes, that's correct. So I was doing both
Yes.
together.
Uh, Tell me, do you think the short films you start like the block thing before you act, transition, you know, these films uh, did help you in your career to get more concrete roles in bigger production?
So I must say yes or no. Yes and no, because the thing is with the short films, with the short production, why is I think always important to try to go for them, even if they are not paid or even if they are from like director who is just starting. Because first of all, if the script is good, you never know where this film gonna end up. They can send this for the festival, so this is the chance for you to be seen. Also, maybe that director specific in few years he gonna be somewhere higher than you at the moment in his career, but he gonna remember that he previously worked with you and that was very good collaboration, and maybe he gonna invite you to that collaboration. In my case, I definitely get lots of experience from that. It definitely helped me to get my first paid acting job, because when I was asked to show some sort of show reel, I have the footages from those short films, from those short productions. So they actually could say, "Oh, actually, yeah, we can see you can play this, you can play that, you have your experience in front of the camera." So definitely was helping a lot. Still didn't help that much that I'm a full-time actress, which I really want to be, but it definitely helped.
Yes, I want to ask you. You did study in Poland, and you started your career. You started to create a name to get work for yourself in cinema. And what make you decide to go to the UK and live there and try to establish a career in London?
So the first thing for me was that if I'm thinking about the acting and I'm thinking about my dream parts, uh, I would really like to settle in a like costume films, period dramas, fantasy films, or social production wise, like Game of Thrones, House of Dragons, or Vikings. I really, this is I think my the biggest dream ever, to actually manage to get some part in a Viking production, because I have a chance to train a little bit already with the sword and shield, and I would like to continue. And I really like this. And in Poland, really, we do not make this sort of production. The as far as we go with the costume stuff is films about the Second World War. Maybe now it's changing a little bit, but it's not. It's still not to that point. So that was the first thing, and the second thing was as well that my all of my English teachers, which I'm gonna greet with my smile now from here. They always will telling me one thing, Evelina, if you're gonna be able in English order coffee and pay for your shopping, it's gonna be great. So I also want to prove them that I can learn the language, and yes, I did.
And tell me, Evelina, since you arrived in the UK, you started to get as well casting in films. I've seen like since you've been there, maybe around 10 years right now. You started to get short films and maybe as well modeling, because I've seen recent photos on your social media as modeling as well. So tell me about the process. You succeeded to get an agent, or you try to contact a producer, casting agency on your own?
So basically, when I arrived, the first, I would say, 3 to 4 years were quite difficult because of the language. Don't get me wrong, I was still going for the auditions. I was still going for the castings. I even remember my very, very first casting in UK, when literally I translate the whole script to understand what is there, and I memorized everything. And I went there, and with this like little bit shaking voice, I start saying my part. And I remember director after that said, yeah, Evelina, you can definitely play. You are definitely an actor, and I can see that. You just need to work on your English at the moment, because this is important for you. So to be completely honest, my sort of fight for myself as an actress start after my fourth, I would say even fifth year here. I had quite few agents already, but I'm not with them anymore. I'm actually just about to sign a contract now with new one, because of the little problem here with the, I think, agents. Some of the agents is they do not work outside of the spotlight, and the spotlight is a sort of a platform here in UK, which posting all of the auditions. And basically, you as an actor, you have to apply to Spotlight, and they reviewing you, and then they deciding if you can join them or not. They allowed me decide, because when I apply, I already was after acting school. I have some paid jobs, this and that, so I get my spot. But the thing is, as an actor, if you want to self-represent yourself on that platform, you can't really see all of the castings, which is quite sad for us, because basically the spotlight is also not for free. We have to pay some sort of amount every month to being connected to that. So you can sort of self-represent yourself on that, but you just see, like, I would say 30% of the auditions. But when you have an agent, he can see more. So definitely it's worth to have an agent. I just literally have a break, like 2 3 weeks. So I was self-representing myself, and now I'm just about to sign the contract. However, if you would like through all this time when I was self-representing myself, even when I have an agent, I'm always try to get in touch myself with the producers, with the casting directors. The thing is, here in UK, it's such a big competition. You basically have to find yourself in the right place about the right time, and I think I'm still waiting for that spot to be completely honest. And and I hope it's gonna happen sooner than later, because every single time when something happening, even if they like invite me to audition, even if I do not pass this audition, I already think that was kind of success, because they choose me to come for the audition. So they saw something in me. Like not long time ago, I had the audition for one of the US productions. Unfortunately, I didn't pass through, but for me as an actress here in UK, especially when the competition is such a big and sharp, I was still happy, because I said like they saw something in me. They select me to audition for them. They want to see me play the character, so that's something.
Yes. And Evelina, do you have projects coming up for next year? You already shot, or you waiting for the new year?
Um, so I definitely now I'm kind of in a few projects. The one project we just finished, I think that was 3 days ago, when actually was a wrap, because before COVID, I joined the independent director Joanna from Greece, and we start like she have a draft of the film which she wanted to make, and I help her with the draft. With this draft, I help her develop the script, and also in the same time she cast me for one of the parts for this film. And and also I was a casting director for that project, so I was basically choosing the whole cast. So this project took for us almost 3.5 years to develop and shoot. Like I said, we just have a wrap recently. So now this whole all of the footages, they're going to Greece. They're gonna be editing them there, and then on the beginning of next year, we start sending this to the festivals. I know it's gonna go to Los Angeles, New York, Greece, UK, France. I want to also push to send to Poland. So this is the one of the project. Another project which is on my list, it's my acting blog, because I already for almost, I would say, 4 years, 5 years, I'm developing a YouTube channel which is Actress Vlog. I already have like 3 seasons, and now I'm basically in the middle of creating the fourth season. So that's what's gonna come next year from me. And also, I have one short film which it's ready to go. So ready to go, basically ready. We are ready almost to go on the set. So I hope still in December we're gonna go on set, and we're gonna start shooting this film. So the next year also we can go for the festival with this. And there is one more secret project, but I'm not gonna talk about this because I don't know how this gonna go. So for now, that's all.
Great, Evelina. Okay, let's the secret for next interview. And I want to thank you very much for the live. I wish you all the best. Today is Thanksgiving. Wish you all the best for the new year. Look forward to see your new work in short television and also in feature production. And best wishes from us. And don't forget to
Thank
invite
you.
us to the premiere of your new film.
For sure. Thank you so
Very
much.
much,
It was very nice
Evelina.
talking to you.
Thank you. I wish you all the best. Thank you. Take care.
Thank you. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.